Hello everyone, it's Claire, and today is day 2 of the Get Unstuck 5-day challenge. So I hope you guys were able to watch my video from yesterday, and I hope that you were able to spend some time going through the worksheets. So just to recap, yesterday we started thinking about what we really want, what we think is going to make us happy, how we want to feel, what thoughts we need to have to feel that way, and who that person is who's going to be actually achieving what we want, right? And we look to our past to see if we've felt that way in the past and what we were doing then. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to dig deeper into this person that we want to become. So a lot of times people will say to me that they feel overwhelmed, that they feel that they're just going through the motions, that they're so busy, they don't even have time to think about what they want or what they want to be doing. So this goes back to that clarity that we started on yesterday. When you're really clear about what you want and who you want to be, you're going to be focused, you're going to wake up with purpose, and it's going to be really hard to just go through the moments, go through your day without thinking about what you're doing. Okay? So our goal is to get really clear about this. So you feel like you're in control of your day, you're living a purposeful life, you're excited about what you're doing. So today we're going to start with, I'm going to start with the worksheets if you guys have printed them out or have them. We're going to think about your best self, the person who is the best of who you are, the person that you want to be. And I want you to think about 3 words that describe the best you. All right, so 3 words that describe the best you, and write those down. And then I want you to ask yourself, why did you choose those words? What do they mean to you, and why are they important to you? Okay. Next, we're going to think about how you interact with others. Now, first of all, connection with other people is really important for feeling like you have a meaningful life, you have purpose. They've done tons of research and studies showing that people that feel disconnected from other people or isolated feel much more unhappy, they feel depressed about their lives. So connection is really important. And even if you're an introvert, I consider myself an introvert, but it's important to have close, good connections with people. So maybe you only have a handful of family and friends that you spend time with, but that time is meaningful to you and you have deep connections with these people. So this is important to work on. If you feel like you don't have good connections with people, this is something that you want to be working on. So now I want you to think about, how do you want to interact with others? How do you want to show up in the world? How do you want people to think about you when they meet you for the first time, when your friends are thinking about you? What do you want? How do you want to come across? And I want you to think about 3 words that describe that, and write that down. And then again, think about why you chose those words, why they're meaningful to you, what they mean to you. Next, I want you to think back over the past few weeks and think of a few situations. These could be with your family, coworkers, neighbors, or people at school. Pick a few situations and think about, how did you show up in those situations? How did you interact with others? And are you showing up like these 3 words that you just wrote down? Have you been acting like the person you want to be? And you can also do that for your best self. You look back over the month and think about, are you portraying those qualities? Now, you can also, I didn't write this down, but you can also do this for your professional life. You can think about 3 words that describe the most successful you, and think back to a time when you felt that you were really being productive, and you don't have to be a someone who works in corporate America for this, but productive with it. You could be a stay-at-home mom and just running the business of your house productively, getting stuff done and feeling good about everything, that you weren't overwhelmed and running around feeling like you didn't have control over what's going on. Think about 3 words that describe that when you're at your most successful self. So if you know Brendan Burchard, he's a top motivational speaker, high performance coach. I actually was certified through him. He has us, when we go to his big seminars, he has us do a little exercise that you can do as well here, where you take these words that are meaningful to you and remind you of who you want to be. And you take your phone and you plug into the alarm. So if you go into the clock, into alarm, and plug these words in for different times throughout the day. So if you wanted to be happy, excited, motivated, whatever those words are, you can go into your phone and plug them in. Maybe you want to plug in for when you right after you first wake up in the morning. If you wake up at 6:30, you want to plug in for 7 o'clock in the morning, that you want to be motivated. So that alarm goes off and you're going to see that word and it's going to remind you of who you want to be. And it's actually, it is helpful to have that go off and remind you, because you will realize that you're not necessarily being the person you wanted to be. So give that a try. You could pick just 3 of those words and put them in first thing in the morning, the middle of the day, and then in the later afternoon. Okay. So next we're going to talk about the future. So people who don't feel like they have anything in the future to be excited about often lose excitement about their daily activities. So you could think about when you have a vacation planned in the future and you're so excited and you just feel like more excited during the day about what you're doing, or if you have a big project or something coming up that you're going to be doing and you're excited about it, it just makes you more excited about what's going on. So if you haven't thought about your future and you don't have things planned out that are exciting goals for you, it's going to be more challenging for you to feel good about what you're doing, because you're not working towards anything. You're not looking towards the future with excitement. So we're going to, rather than work on little goals right now here, we're going to look way ahead in the future. I want you to think ahead 20 years. Okay, so a lot has happened over 20 years. And I want you to think about that future you in 20 years. Really try and imagine yourself. Where are you? Who are you with? What are you doing? Now, what steps did you have to take to get there? Think about where you are now and where that future you is. What did you have to start doing that you weren't already doing? And what are the things that you're doing that you have to cut out doing? Because there's going to be both of those things. So then you can start making plans after this. So think about what you need to start doing, what you need to cut out, and then that future you in 20 years, what's important to you? You know, often we talk about interview people at the end of their life on their deathbeds and what their regrets were. And we always hear that it's regrets about not living the life they wanted to live, that they lived the life for someone else, or that they lost touch with someone, or got in a fight with someone, or had bad connections with their family or friends, and they regret that. It's always these type of things. It's not that they didn't go to a certain meeting or get a certain grade on something. It's always a deeper connection. So think about those things. That's what's going to be important to you in the future. And again, how you're going to need to act and what you're going to need to do to get there. And think about some of your key thoughts. The person that's you in 20 years, when she wakes up in the morning, what is she thinking? What's important to her? What are the things that are top of mind, that how she's going to be acting, who she's going to be? Now, this is a good exercise to keep that person in mind. And as things come up for you, decisions that come up, opportunities that you're deciding about, think about who that you in 20 years, think about that person and what she would advise you. Think about having your own personal advisor. And often the decision that we may jump to right now when we stop and think about who we want to be in the future, what she would do, she would tell us to do something different. Think about what you would tell the you 20 years ago. You have a lot to tell that person. And I'm sure you would be telling her to care about different things, to not worry about specific things, and to maybe do some things differently. So it's a lot of years, and you're going to have a lot more experience, and try and look ahead and use that experience now. All right, guys, I hope this helps you. And I really look forward to hearing how you're doing with all of this. So please comment below. Let me know what you're doing. Let me know if you have any questions. And I look forward to talking to you again tomorrow at noon again. All right? Have a great rest of the day.